Just remember to be a loud boy.
Okay, go.
We're going...
Oh.
You do this every time.
Every single time he's in the middle of eating.
Every time you will say you will
now?
get it's
We're
done.
doing
We're
this.
doing this.
Okay, go for it.
Every time
It's
you start
happening.
the recording, I am in the middle of taking a bite out of the snack food thing we have, and you're just like, okay, now go. Anyway, welcome to the Blackheart King. I'm pretty sure this is,
Doritos.
no, I'm pretty sure this has happened to us every time we've recorded an episode, but
Different food
or at least every time we've done one that isn't the first.
Now we're stuck into needing to do it every time to keep continuity.
I mean, we're not.
Now we are. You
We need
said that.
continuity.
It's canon. You piece of shit.
It's okay, I'm the one who edits this. I can just
Okay,
take that
okay.
out.
So, the gang. Do we need a name for the party?
Nah.
Do we?
It's easier. I'd like to have some sort of language I can use, just
Okay.
because I'm used to
To describe
superhero stuff.
the
group you guys are in, like
in game or like
it can be in game. It can just be
The
like
party.
the Scooby Gang or whatever.
no
Mystery Machine?
That's already used by two different things, actually.
and like it's
Buffy and
old.
Scooby Doo.
Okay.
I don't like Buffy.
And so I think we should be called the Questers.
I like that.
Okay. Does
No.
anybody else have any good ideas?
I like that name.
Um,
I like the Questers.
Do you?
Do you?
I mean, we're going on a quest,
You're not.
aren't we?
You're not. You
Doesn't
have,
everybody go to
You
quest?
have a vague mission.
Yeah.
It's not a
Yeah, that's what
quest.
actually-
Some guy told us to go murder this other guy, and that's what we're doing because
That's
we
not
have
what I'm-
nothing better to do.
That's not what I'm doing. I'm doing other stuff. I've got my own plans.
I do
Rurik-
too.
Rurik
My
has his own
character
ideas.
has his own motivations.
Simon
Which
literally.
I know
will be
some of
unfolding.
this
Right.
time.
We went through this.
Sort of.
Yeah, you said it was enough.
I guess. I forget a lot of it because that was like 3 weeks ago. But, so,
It's all.
I'm going to call you
fleshed out.
guys...
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. No.
I'm pretty sure that's already a thing that exists.
I don't think the name Joan or the idea of a jet even exists.
Which makes it even more
Actually,
weird.
jet is a type of stone.
Yeah. Duh.
Okay,
Everyone
so-
knows that.
You
So
got-
Joan Jett would be some sort of rock person
Uh-huh.
Hey!
literally made of rock.
Yeah.
She would probably
Close
do
enough.
that.
Okay, anyway, whatever. We've gotten off track.
Intro.
Our intrepid party.
Wagon Boys.
Yeah,
The
you're
Wagon
right.
Boys.
The Wagon Boys.
Leather, feathers, and beard hair.
Leather,
No, not
feathers,
like
and... Wait, beard hair or bird hair?
Beard hair.
Your leathers, Chuck.
I'm not beard?
No, that's Rurik, the dwarf who has a beard.
Yeah.
Leather, feathers,
Oh,
and beard
character,
hair.
not human.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my character has an awesome beard.
But dwarves have like a lot of cultural stuff about beards.
Yeah.
And you specifically mentioned your character wears a bunch of leather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Canonically, that's
Leather,
Amadonus'
feathers, and
thing.
beard hair. Okay.
Okay.
So, leather, feathers, and beard hair have
That's,
reached the...
LFBH.
It rolls off the tongue.
It rolls up the tongue.
Well,
The
the feathers don't. They get all stuck.
Stuck
It's
in there,
uncomfortable.
The Lufba.
Lufbu. So the Lufbu have reached the Dwelvish.
Sounds
That's
like an awful alternative 90s band.
yeah. Okay, so the dudes have reached the Dwelvish city of the Citadel on the mountaintop. Upon entering, they, in short order, messed around on their wagon, went to a place that's owned by a goblin named Scrunter called Goblins, Gob, and Goblets. Or, yeah, I think that's the right way.
Yeah.
I did the gobs to be, like, clever, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to forget and call it, like, Goblets, Gobs, and Goblins, which would be a very different store. So, they are rooming at the Goblins, Gob, and Goblets, and while they were rooming there, the proprietor, Scrunter, I forget his name. I forget his
His
voice.
voice.
His name is distinctive.
It's not like we have audio records of
It's
this.
everyone
Yeah.
else that forgets his name.
Yeah.
Or,
So-
Gus.
Yeah, because it's
Scrunter-
Scrunter, right?
No,
It's not Scroder.
No. I'm not gonna name a character. Like, I will do dumb name stuff all the time. I'm not gonna name a character like Penis.
It's me.
Actually, I have some
Kate.
friends who refer to each other as dick penis, but that's a whole other thing.
Okay.
They're in a metal band. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Scrunter was assailed by a gang And before the beardy bird boys in leather could save him, he was saved by a different figure, the Wraith, a Power Ranger-style superheroine who did some really cool shit. Then, right after she leaves, a bunch of guards show up and say, hey, we need to catch the Wraith, because she killed the prince and princess. And so Scrunter then asked them to investigate, and that pretty much brings us to where we left off. Rurik, you heard the name of the Fireforge Smithery. I think that's, yeah.
The Fireforge.
You just heard your family name in relation to a store at the Bizzare.
Yes.
You were, Simon Amadonus, is there anything you remember that you want to bring up?
The meat cube.
Yeah. I mean, obviously...
Scrunter has a cube of literal mystery meat in his back room that was given to him by a very drunk Elmer, who is that wizard guy.
I mean, Simon doesn't exactly have very much of, like, a personal quest here. He's just kind of along for the ride, and the free room and board
Helps.
it helps.
You're probably doing this for that lizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you okay over there, Chuck?
What?
Okay, whatever. What did Amadonus do?
He is looking for opportunities while we're in the
Okay,
Citadel.
great. There's your resume. And yeah, so I'm looking for opportunities.
No,
I have a lot of work ethic,
No, he's looking
and
for
I prefer
opportunities
leather.
to fit.
Paul just, like, accentuated his form while he said that.
Okay, so Amadonus is looking for opportunities to continue his personal quest.
Yeah?
Which that
Secret to everyone.
is going to be the subject of a future episode.
Yeah, a future arc. But
Alright.
I mean, honestly, your personal quest is more personal, and there's not anything that would really help in the Citadel.
Okay.
I mean, there might be, but it would take some looking.
Alright.
So, Scrunter has given you 3 very basic places where you could gather information or talk about stuff. They are The Bar, which is the most popular tavern in all of the Citadel, run by a warforged named Bartender.
Okay.
What's a warforged?
A warforged,
Warforged.
for anybody who doesn't know, is kind of like a magic robot.
Fantasy robot.
They're made out of metal and wood, and they are given life similar to a soul, and they're actually counted as alive. In this setting, Warforged are given a singular purpose that they work towards for their entire very, 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 very long life.
Wait, what episode are we on? 4?
4.
Yeah.
All right.
Their
Hello and
entire
welcome to episode 4.
Hello, welcome to episode 4.
yeah. Warforged, they try to excel at one thing, which is usually what they're named after. Bartender wants to be the greatest bartender in all of the realms, and it's pretty good at it. So there's the bar. Then there's the Burnside's Bazaar, which is a sprawling, it's almost an entire district. But
That look you're giving me, Gus.
it's almost an entire district, and it's just all shops, stands. It seems to bleed into the other parts of the city. You'll find a fruit stand that's acting very much in the way that you would act at the bazaar, but it's in the middle of the fucking road, and why are you here? And the guy just tries to sell you some nice fruit.
Right.
So the bazaar is a sprawling mess, but you can find great deals on pretty much anything, even some things that would be very illegal if anybody were to be able to find it in the maze of shops and shouting salesmen.
Nice.
But there are a few places that are pretty distinct near the edges. People know generally how to get to them, namely the Fireforge Smithery. Finally, you can go to the palace, because what better way to gather information about a murder than to go to the murder scene and gather information?
Time to split up and look for clues.
If you do that, it will go badly.
Time to split up and look for clues.
Hey gang, let's split up and look for clues by
I
not
already
splitting
said we're not the Scooby Gang.
I call the Fireforge.
I mean, let's go to...
You guys want to go to the bazaar
I'm not gonna
first?
split up.
I mean, who goes to the palace?
Okay, what's your opinion on this, Amadonus?
I'm
The options are, again,
going to go to the bar just to forget. head.
Christ almighty! Okay.
Amadonus has a dark
Amadonus, edgelord
And
5000
is an
here.
alcoholic. You drank last episode, too.
That was 2 episodes ago.
No, that was last episode.
Okay.
I'm talking about in character.
Oh, in character, yeah. Inhuman, or whatever.
Inhuman.
Yeah,
IRL.
technically,
in person.
you've drank every arc so far.
Some way, shape, or form.
In character or
Okay,
out.
so we're trying to solve the murder mystery of the two prince and the
Yes,
princess
okay.
of the two factions.
The Dwarven Princess and Elven Prince were murdered in a private room by what appears to be the Wraith.
So this appears to be maybe a Romeo and Juliet thing.
You
but
don't know that.
We don't know that.
Nobody really knows that.
Everybody assumes.
And, by the way, the two families live in the same palace. Like, this is a city ruled by the Elven and the Dwarven royal families of two different cities that got destroyed during the Great War.
So they've been in this sort of tenuous balance.
Nobody
between-
really knows. It's actually really hard to tell because they never, like...
Let anybody
They don't
know.
have reports of, today we talked about this and we were kind of
Right.
dicks to each other, but yeah, so...
The idea of them cohabitating in the same house is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
All right. So they were killed there.
And the bar just has... Everybody goes to the bar.
Okay.
Because it has the best, cheapest
It's
booze.
the place to be.
And the best service because it's literally a robot designed to give you booze.
Okay.
And the bazaar is just, you could find pretty much anything you need there.
But in the outskirts of the bazaar is like the normal stuff. But the deeper you go in, the weirder it gets.
The easier it is to get to something, the more normal it is.
Okay.
If you need to, like, parkour over other stands, you're gonna find some weird shit.
Okay. I can do that even when I'm drunk, by the way.
Sure.
Yeah?
Okay, so,
That's special skills.
2 votes for the bazaar, right?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wait. No, I didn't. Did I vote?
No.
I voted.
They voted, you didn't.
You guys think we should go to the bazaar?
I want to go to
Because-
Fireforge.
I mean, I'm pretty
Fireforge.
much good wherever.
Yeah, do this in character a bit.
Hi, I'm Simon.
Do you say that every time we speak?
I mean, I'm
Just in case you were wondering.
I'm pretty sure they know who you are, Simon. You
So,
came in together.
So, Rurik wants to go to the bazaar. I don't give a fuck. I haven't heard Amadonus over here say anything. So I think we should go to the bazaar.
Yeah, you guys are just sitting around a table, kind of talking. It's early in the morning.
So, why do we need to solve this murder?
Because
What do
I
we
mean, you
get out of
don't
it?
technically
we get
need
free
to.
room and board.
We get
You
free
get
room,
free room and board while you're doing it.
Okay.
If you solve the murder of 2 very powerful royal families, they'll probably want to give you stuff.
Also
Okay.
that.
3, it would be a bit easier to deal with Blackheart King stuff if you had, like, the backing of
support of a
a
king.
powerful political, like, force.
Okay. It's
And
all
they have
starting
an
to
army.
focus for me.
Yeah.
I was,
So,
I was talking to my wagon buddies, not
Wagon Boys.
the deity.
The Wagon Boys.
Well,
The deity that
every time you
controls our
talk,
lives.
I hear it.
I know.
So, yeah.
God's always
Okay.
watching.
So, we want to solve this murder. Seems like we should
And
go to
figure
the
out who the
palace,
Wraith is.
because that's where they were.
Okay,
murdered.
your actual vote is for the palace. We can do the palace or the bar next.
Well, I think
Okay.
the palace would hold. Hold on.
How would we even get
Character
into the
voice.
palace? Why would we...
I think the palace would hold like the most information, so that would definitely be a good place to go.
Why would any of those fancy royals let us in there?
I mean,
You
That's
did avenge and bring back the corpse of the captain of the guard.
yeah, we're practically folk heroes.
No.
We're practically.
You're gonna get
heroes.
it. You're gonna get an
we
article.
own this place.
You're going to get an article in the paper, but it's going to be vastly dwarfed, by his obituary.
We can do whatever the fuck we want in this
Need-
town. We own this place.
Nito
No,
outsider
you
state
don't.
captain.
You don't. You really don't. Please don't do anything violent.
Do we still have possession of the
Simon
corpse?
puts down the stool
No,
he was holding
what?
above his head.
Oh man.
Okay, so now it's 2 votes for the palace.
I want to go to the bazaar. I want to go to the Fireforge.
Why do you want to go to the Fireforge?
All right, Captain Kirk.
What?
I'd like to go to the Fireforge. It's me, William Shatner, filling in for Gus.
Hey, Bill, it's nice to finally meet you. Big fan of your work.
I'm not.
Okay,
Everything I've done, I've hated with a passion.
So are we going to the bazaar or the palace?
I mean, if it's 2 to 3 votes on the palace, you can go to the palace.
Simon doesn't really
Do
have
you
a
guys
say, though.
do you guys think that we can get the right clues we need?
We'll
the
flip.
palace, or do we need to acquire
I mean, we're going to go to all of them eventually.
Rurik pulls out a gold coin and says, "We'll flip on it."
Okay, so
High's palace, lows.
yes, but no. I'm going to roll this.
Oh, I love that sound.
My
I
die
know.
ring.
Yeah.
Ruffles,
All right,
cherries,
guys, listen up. Call it in the air, because I'm rolling this digitally.
Air.
I mean,
1 is heads, 2 is tails.
okay.
And heads, I'm just saying that for clarification now. Heads is the bazaar, tails is is the palace.
All right.
So,
Call it.
what? 1?
Heads.
If they're already assigned, why do we have to call it?
Well, I haven't assigned it. I'm whatever. I'm just doing
He's
that for
just
like a
saying
visual, for like
heads-
auditory flair.
Yeah.
So just say what you want. Say which one.
I want the bazaar.
1. That's 1.
Okay.
Sure. Heads.
2. So yeah, it's 1. You're going to the bazaar.
Nice.
The coin flips in the air and then falls back down, and it's the heads. Yeah, I didn't really need to describe that. You could people could
so
probably
nice.
fill in those details themselves. Sorry about that. So you're going to the bazaar.
Yes. Nice.
Scruncher waves you off and promises that he'll take care of your horses and the wagon. And as you walk out, you see that the horses have been standing completely still in there the entire night. And
Have we named the horses yet?
No.
I think we should name the horses at some point in this episode.
Okay. Well, the horses are still weirdly calm. And
They're
you
possessed
head...
by the darkness monster.
Are there like physical?
No.
Are there like physical distinctions between the horses?
The one that's usually on the left is brown with some white spots on its face.
Okay.
And the other one is brown with some white spots on its butt.
Okay.
And has a hole in its thigh from that mimic that attacked
Oh
it.
no.
Oh yeah.
So, you guys just start following the extremely loud din, and eventually you come across the bazaar. It is huge. You can see that it stretches from the corner that you entered it in to the very edge of the wall that surrounds the citadel. And it is all just people shouting and hawking stuff. And the moment somebody notices you, there's 2 guys walking up trying to sell you something. It's an orc and a slightly smaller orc. The bigger orc is holding a sword, and the smaller orc is holding a potion. And his arm out. The bigger orc swings and cuts his friend's arm off
Nice.
with one deft motion, and then his friend drinks the entire potion that he's holding, and his arm grows back in front of you. And then they both try to sell you those. But the thing is, they're both...
Sell you what?
The sword that just cut off an arm and the potion that grew it back.
Okay.
But as they're doing this, they are shouting at you in the most confusing dialect any of you have ever heard. What languages can you speak again?
I can speak Common, Dwarvish, Aarakocra, and Primordial.
Okay,
I'm
and
gonna guess
Rurik?
common.
Common and Dwarvish,
Yeah.
and Amadonus.
I can speak common.
Okay,
Nice.
well, I remember none of you can speak Elvish. It's a combination of Dwarvish and Elvish that seems to flow into each, seemingly in the middle of words at some points. It's a mess, auditorily. It's so confusing, and they don't. And once they realize that you're out of towners, they just suddenly back off and stop paying attention to you. It's as if a signal has passed through the entire crowd of people. You're not worth it because you can't understand them.
Wow.
That was a really nice sword, though. Excellent craftsmanship.
Oh.
You guys are all a little sad because it looked really cool. It was like an awesome scimitar.
I make my Eager Blade look exactly like that sword.
You do that, and the orc guy glares at you like, that's a counterfeit.
I flip it
And he
off.
doesn't say that. You use your bird hand to flip him off.
Yeah.
Actually, technically that means nothing because ALS doesn't exist in this universe.
Yeah.
American Sign Language. So what?
I put
Yeah,
my
so-
hand on my gold satchel, and to make sure no thieves steal it while I walk through the crowd.
It's not exactly like that. It's
I
more
swallow my
aggressive.
gold satchel whole. to regurgitate.
You
for
have
later.
a magic bag that holds things. Put it in the 4 bag.
I mean, I could do that. Or I could imagine the hilarious scenario of swallowing a bag of gold.
Make a constitution check.
Okay. That's a d20. Let me roll for that. That's an 11. What's my constitution bonus, I wonder? +2. So, 13.
You put your gold sack in your mouth. I said that wrong. You put your sack of gold in your mouth, attempt to swallow it, and then gag and throw it back up on the ground. Your throat kind of hurts. You take 1 damage.
Oh, man.
And now everybody's sort of worried, because, like, is this some kind of crazy person? They just watched a bird try to swallow a bag stuffed with gold whole, and then vomit it back up.
I've established street cred. Nobody's gonna mess with me
That's
now.
a power play.
I look around the square or the road and see if there's any sort of signs that have directions.
No directions. This is... The Burnside's Bazaar is like...
That name sounds familiar.
Yeah. It's built... It seems to be built for people who go to the Burnside's Bazaar and no one else. This, like, you can sort of tell that you would have to be born here and that your, like, parents would have to gotten into the bazaar at one point for you to be able to navigate it.
So you say it's made for people that go to the bazaar?
Yes.
Well, we went to the bazaar, so it's made for us.
Go to it regularly.
Yeah, Gus, you don't go to a location and then automatically
It's
understand.
enchanted! No, it's not. So, you can, though, ask for directions.
Do any guards, are there any, like, non-merchants?
There are people walking around shopping, very loudly bartering in the same Dwelvish mixture. And there's a few guards just patrolling, but they don't seem to know their way around it. This place is intense.
Not even they know these streets.
It's not a street, it's just a big corner of the city that's full of shops forever.
Well,
And they all close at 6.
Okay.
I remember that from last episode.
I walk up to one of the guards. I say, "Hey, little friend."
It is a rather stocky-looking elf. He is actually surprisingly buff for an elf. I mean, hey, hello, little man.
Would you happen to know the way to the Fireforge?
I know my way to the Fireforge smithery.
Yes, that one.
Okay, well, it's just down this way, then take a few rights, and I think you end up to the left somehow. Listen, a warlock built this place. It might not work on the same geometry as other things.
All right.
Thank you very much.
There's a good reason why I patrol at the literal entrance of this bazaar. And then he just walks away. So,
right.
Do you follow?
Yeah.
You guys sort of follow Rurik as he takes off, and eventually, after a few rights, which would, honestly, if you think about it way too much, make you end up in a circle, you end up in a different place.
Is a few rights 3 rights?
4 rights. You take 4 rights, but end up somewhere that isn't where you started.
Okay.
And in this little corner, there's a more open area with quite a few shops. There's a flower place, a, like, monk training dojo thing in a tent. And in the middle is a very large sign that simply says, in both Dwarvish and Elvish, Fireforge Smithery. And Rurik, as you find it, you hear a loud gasp and recognize the voice as your child, Utam Fireforge.
Ooh.
Dad! And Utam practically jumps over the counter. No, not you. My father just reacted as if I had turned into some sort of excited toddler. Utam leaps over the...
I'll always think of you as an excited toddler.
And I'll always think of you as hipster Santa Claus. That's what he looks like, people.
He does. I can confirm.
That's something cool to look like.
Sure, if you're into that. Anyway, I don't know. Utam leaps over the counter, like, with some pretty expert acrobatic skill, and Rurik, you are winded as your child practically tackle hugs you and lifts you up. I can't believe it, Dad!
Ooh, Tom, you're alright.
Yeah. and they put you down, and Algor sort of, like, leans out from the shadows and
That's
shuffles...
Al Gore, not the politician.
No.
Al Gore.
Not Al Gore, it's Algor.
Oh, Al Gore, it's been so long, and I give him a big hug.
Yeah, you break away from the hug with your child and then hug Algor. He glares at you. He does not enjoy this. Like, he is radiating malice. Hello.
How have things been, brother?
They were great up until right now.
Simon just kind of like takes a step off to the side, like, I'm just gonna let them deal with this.
Who are these two? Yeah, Dad, like, I'm amazed to see you. Who are these guys?
Hi, I'm Simon.
These are some of my...
Hi, I'm Utam.
Hi.
Utam Fireforge.
Hi. I reach out and I shake her little baby dwarf hand.
The action is reciprocated.
Okay.
I explain.
Do you want to introduce yourself, or are you just being an old man in leather in the background?
Hello, Utam.
Hi.
I'm Amadonus.
Okay, then. So, to describe them physically a bit, Utam is a bit taller than Rurik. They have... The beard is just coming in, and it's, like, it's just the starts of stubble.
All dwarves have beards.
Yeah. Utam is wearing a leather tunic over a silk shirt and some worker pants. Pants for workers. Algor...
Just to clarify.
Yeah. Algor, on the other hand, is almost as tall as, like, a short human. He is a big guy for a dwarf, and he looks like he's a brick shithouse and a half. He is clutching his side a bit to steady himself, and you can see that there's a tear in his shirt over something, and his beard is just huge, like...
It's just like a face
Thick-
coming out of a ball of hair.
Yeah, pretty much. Thick, curly, black. Like, he is the hairiest motherfucker you guys have seen
He
that
looks like
isn't
one of
a
those
bear.
little soot monsters from Spirited Away, but like with the rest of a body.
Sort of, but he's wearing, like, navy blue, like, I guess, forge equipment.
You can barely see it underneath all of the beard.
No, it's not that big. He's not, like,
He is not
a Yoshi's
Beard.
Island enemy.
He's not Cousin It.
But he does have, like, an afro and poofy beard combo thing going on. Utam actually looks sort of nervous for a second, and Algor steps over and shakes his head. Where were you?
After the war went sour, I had to find a way out. And I didn't have any means of getting back to you.
You could have walked. Dad,
I mean,
yeah. Algor, come on. Dad he's obviously been through a lot. Look at him.
Yeah, we were in a mine.
Wait, did you lose one of the axes?
One of the family axes.
Mom gave you... Oh.
The mention of the axes.
Utam looks actually really sad when, like...
Did Utam make the axes?
No, but your wife did.
Okay. I killed what took it.
Well, no, that's not true. I did that. I did the thing.
Anyway, how did you
That's
get out?
if you killed what took it, why didn't you take it back?
The details.
It was irretrievable.
Did it fall in a hole or something?
I mean, we have the handle, but not
It's-
with us
it's
because
got-
we gave it to another dude.
It got destroyed by a slime.
Algor just pinches the bridge of his nose and groans. This is... And he seems like he's very tired of hearing stuff like this in relation to Rurik. Like, it's been years since he's met him, but it's still like, I should have guessed.
It's like the Three Stooges in one person.
I turn to
The single stooge.
Utam and I say, "Where's your mother?"
Utam, like, their throat closes up for a second. I wanted to talk to you about that. So, you know what happened, right?
They sealed off the capital, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but they is... Do you know who did it?
The Casmiran rebels?
Question mark?
They weren't Casimira yet, Dad. So, I was working in the forge with Mom when it happened. I think we were making a great sword or something. And our neighbor, Jane, you remember her? She baked a lot?
Of course.
She ran in and she's telling us, oh God, something's happening. There's demons, monsters. It's something beyond what we know. And it wasn't that. I mean, I realized it wasn't that, but it was something worse in a way. It was the Blackheart King and his gang of monsters. I mean, monsters is a better term than nothing, but they tore through the city. I never even saw them, but it was a giant armored person and a wizard who was, like, melting entire buildings. There was a marksman that literally shot 3 people with 1 arrow. I don't even know how he did that.
She made it out all right, didn't she?
I'm getting into that, Dad. And some other people, and apparently there was a 6th, a 7th, there were a lot of just, it wasn't even 20 people who destroyed most of the city. It was just 6. And Mom got me out. She got me to just outside the gates and on a wagon to get to Algor. And before she could get on, one of the guards, the normal guards, grabbed her, and I watched him. And Utam starts like choking up, and Algor steps in front and says, "You weren't there for her, and my sister died."
Oh, this. You see, I visibly start shaking.
Utam is actually sobbing a little bit, and because this was a pretty rough memory to relive. So,
is there any like windows or glass objects around?
no, it's all tense, but Algor actually like holds out a pretty shitty looking dagger. If you want to take something out, just break this.
I grab the dagger. I throw it at the ground. And
throw it at the ground as hard as you can.
I stomp on it.
Do it. Don't stomp on the dagger. That's pretty dangerous.
That's not a good idea.
Do a strength check. Really
You're
quick
not
for me?
wearing armor, Gus.
I don't care. I'm in a rage.
Yeah, you are
Strength
just
check.
going strength check.
That is a 19.
Okay, you just shatter this thing on the ground, and actually the flower person leans out and says, "Come on, dude! Clean that up right now!" And Algor kind of holds his hand up like, "No, this is really not a good time."
It's
to
cool, I
talk
got
to him."
it. And I start sweeping it up.
You sweep it up with your wings.
Yeah.
I look for other things to smash.
Utam actually grabs your shoulder and stops you and says, please don't.
And I calm down a little bit, but I'm still visibly upset.
Mom loved you, and I love you, and now that we're together again, I'm so sorry about... Oh, God. Like, Utam seems really, just does not know what to say.
They'll all pay for this.
Sure. One more thing, Dad. I'm not your daughter, exactly.
Oh.
There's a reason why I changed my name from Torun. I'm a boy, a guy. I'm your son instead. I don't know. I don't exactly know the words for it, but just can you call me he and him? Utam, your son.
Oh,
Rough and
of course.
tumble guy, you know. And Utam there's tears flowing, but they're a lot happier than what they were before. And your son pulls you into a hug.
I give him a hug back.
You hug your son. Roll a hug check.
Hug check?
What's my
Yes.
bonus to hug?
You have +2 heartwarming.
I rolled a 13.
You get...
I would have been so mad if I rolled a 1.
Critical fail.
If you rolled a 1, you would have suplexed your child into the dirt. But with a 15,
or like
it
just
is-
a really limp hug, like
your leg,
yeah.
with a 1, your leg would give out and you'd fall onto the broken shards of dagger and die. I'm kidding though. You got a 15. It is a tender hug between a father and son who haven't seen each other in years and are dealing with the same loss. And Algor moves, but then he doubles over and groans, and you see blood seeping through his hand that's holding his gut.
Oh shit!
I look over. Algor, what's wrong?
Yo,
Nothing. I'm fine.
Obviously not showed in pain.
Utem breaks away from the hug and says, yeah, Uncle Algor got stabbed.
Who did this?
Just some mugger. He was walking home from the bazaar on a day when I was out sick, and he just got stabbed.
Yo, we got a cleric with us. Maybe you could patch you up a little bit with his clerical magics.
It's healing fine. I don't need any of Rurik's friends' help.
No, don't
Friend
be.
is a very loose term.
Hey.
He punched me in the face earlier. It wasn't that fun.
Why are you traveling with him?
That's actually an excellent question.
You guys are... It's the real reason is because your coworkers and experienced an entire town basically being destroyed.
It's like everyone just hates me, and I'm just going around with them.
Oh, well, you do some cool stuff.
I chop off
Your
knees.
son loves you.
Yeah.
Yes, one person.
Rurik takes out his journal and writes, "People who like me."
Like
Wow.
one tally.
What? Not realizing the flaw in your math, you put 3. Anyway, so
And then
Algor was
another one
stabbed.
for Algor.
Utem helps Algor stand, and he says, "If you need anything, we could probably, you could stay at our place. The apartment's not that big, but I think your father is well off enough. He and his friends look rich.
Yeah,
You're
it's
fine.
not,
You're all fine.
Well, I mean, we do have
You're
free
fine.
room and board. Because
See,
we
they have
kind
free
of-
room and board.
We found the body of the former dude, the guard, the Mr. Guardman. I don't remember the exact title.
McGimpty?
Yeah, that guy. He's dead, by the way.
Damn it. I sold some of my best stuff to him.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
50
good.
shillings.
Pretty good armor and stuff.
His hammer and sword were fine, right?
Were they? I don't remember.
They were broken as shit.
Okay.
Completely unusably broken.
Algor, do you need someone to stay around and help you? After the stab wound, this seems like a dangerous place.
No, I wasn't in a good part of town.
Well,
I'm going to be fine.
I mean, it doesn't seem like there's many good parts of town. I mean, somebody like our innkeeper almost got, pretty hard fucked last night.
Okay, that's really gross. Dad, what kind of people are you traveling with?
I'm only with them due to the circumstances.
Likewise.
I mean, you seem like you have your own thing going on, Simon.
Wait.
I think.
Really?
I mean, if you're watching innkeepers getting hard fucked,
Simon doesn't understand the invitations.
Algor looks extremely uncomfortable.
So
Like
does
this
Amadonus.
entire, Amadonus, you're kind of like, I'm not with them. I'm not with
I
them.
have. Let's see. I have a wound curing.
Cure wounds.
Algor will not let you cast that on him. He does not want to be involved.
Okay, fine, Algor.
I tell Algor.
Be inconvenient
At
with your
least
truth.
let us inspect the wound.
He fine. He sort of lifts his shirt a bit, and you see it was a pretty deep dagger wound.
Is it looking
What
like
is your
inflamed
medicinal-
or
No,
pustules?
it's not. He's
Oh,
cleaned
nice.
it and bandaged it enough, but it's
Oh.
not. It still hurts.
Closed.
I, 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 at least let us inspect the wound.
He sort of lifts his shirt a bit, and you see it was a pretty deep dagger wound.
Um,
No, it's not. He's cleaned it and bandaged it enough, but it's
Oh.
not
Did you catch the face of the person that did this?
It was an elf. I mean, it was an elf.
I look around the crowd and
This
look at her.
town is 49% dwarves, 49% elves, 2% everyone else.
I look around the crowd for elves.
You see 67.
I'm pretty good at counting now.
Yeah, you are now, but there are elves running the flower place. There's an elf monk standing outside the karate dojo tent. There's like 20 elves all doing like a dance thing at the dance tent. You see an elf holding a map and like trying to map out the direction he needs to go somewhere, and he looks horrifyingly confused.
Remember that thing that we came here for? You know, the prince and the princess thing.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, that is some grim stuff.
Yeah. So somebody asked us to like look into that and see what's going on with that. You know anything?
No, I don't.
No. All right.
I
Cool.
don't- I know
Let's
not-
go to the.
I'm not
Let's go to the
involved with this.
palace.
Okay, you. Oh wait! Before you guys go. Wait. Dad, Aunt Jameer is here. She's like in the city.
She's here?
Yeah, she helped me and Al Gore get off, the ground and on our feet and stuff.
I totally understand this entire dialogue.
I haven't seen her since the war.
Yeah, she hasn't seen you either. She's gonna be excited. She's working at the bar place. The bar. It's called the bar.
The bar.
It's very, kishy. Like,
I
they call it the bar because it's the only place you need to go.
I look at before.
Al Gore is...
Amadonus is.
Al Gore and
looking on
Amadonus... Al Gore seems to be like... He has a sort of kinship with you. He's like, yeah, we both don't enjoy this, do we?
What is going on?
I look at the quality of the shop, like
The Fireforge, like the
Fireforge.
weapons available.
There's a lot of shops.
no, I'm just
Yeah.
seeing like
You are in the shop zone.
I'm just seeing like does it look like they have a good standard of living?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, well, they live in an apartment away from the bazaar. Living in the bazaar might kill you, but there are grim things happening here at night. There's a reason they close at 6.
All the spatial magics. That's
Yeah.
when the night market comes out.
The night market, which sells you your own eyes.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it looks... They make good weapons. They seem to be making a good amount of gold. Everybody likes having cool weapons.
I say,
Lots of axes. They're the one axe location you can get. But there are some hammers, of course. Al Gore is like a master of hammer working.
the thing that differs between us.
Yes, the one element.
Yes.
So...
We are brothers of mind.
Are you?
Brothers
Are
of
you
mine.
really?
Are we really?
I grab my satchel.
That's what I like about you. We're
And I
brothers
say-
in mind.
Well, here you go. You can use it better than I can.
Are you actually giving all of your gold?
Yes.
Okay, bold character move. Thank you, Dad.
Of course.
Utam takes it and says, I'm going to buy some really great stuff with this. I'm going to make a kick-ass axe for you.
You do whatever you want with it.
Okay, now you are 0 gold.
I can live without gold.
But yeah, you guys now know that
He's got Elmer points.
Jameer, which I'm just going to tell you guys so you understand context a bit more, who is a old war buddy of Rurik, is working as muscle at the bar. You also know that everybody sort of knows about the murder. The Wraith is
Super wanted.
super wanted, and like people are honestly kind of Spider-Manning her. Like the Wraith, threat or menace.
I want the Wraith. Is
Get
there
me, get me oil paintings. Oil paintings of the Wraith.
Is there a J. Jonah Jameson-esque NPC?
Yes, and he's a gnome, and his name is Nay Nona Nanison.
Did you come up with that on the spot? Or was
Yes,
it, okay,
yes,
good.
I did.
Good.
That didn't sound like it. He made it up on the spot.
I mean, Gus, can you sit back down? Okay, yeah,
We
sorry.
could pass the chips around.
Yeah. So Jameer is working
different
at
bowl.
the palace, not the palace, the bar.
Do that.
And yeah, that's the two options you have right now:
Okay.
palace or bar.
I need to see Jameer at once.
Okay, well, Rurik has.
alright. Guess we're
Rurik
going
just
to the
takes
bar.
off towards the bar, and you guys follow Amadonus. I'm gonna guess because it probably has better booze than Scrunter's place.
That sure does.
And Simon, you're just along for the ride because
He literally has no other ulterior motives here.
Simon doesn't have anything else to do.
He doesn't. He doesn't.
So you guys, you head to the bar. It is packed. Like, you can tell that this is probably a normal night for this place, but it's like you can barely move. There are so many people, all ordering drinks, all getting fucking hammered. There are two guys who are actually swinging hammers around because they're so drunk. And
Which is where the term came from.
Yeah.
Getting hammered.
Yeah.
As you see them doing this, suddenly you just walk into the bar and see these two assholes spinning around like tops.
They're having a hammer throwing competition.
Yes, but indoors and at each other. They're very drunk. Suddenly you see practically a streak as a dark elf woman jumps in between them, catches both hammers, twists them out of the guy's hands, and then smacks them with the handles. And then she stands tall, drops both hammers, and claps her hands, and Rurik, you recognize Jameer. She's aged a lot better than you, because she's a dark elf. She is slender with rather sharp features and a slightly larger nose, and she's probably, she's just insanely skilled at hand-to-hand combat and, small
I start
weapons.
applauding at that feat of
Acrobatic
finesse
and combative stuff.
At once I start approaching.
You just start clapping.
It's like, yeah!
Simon, you clap a lot, and
Fuck yeah.
everybody else is already sort of clapping because this is a regular occurrence. Part of the appeal of the bar is really good, cheap booze served by a literally perfectly accurate bartender, and the extreme violence that you get to watch for
Wait.
free.
Can I see them through the crowd?
You can see her, yeah.
Because I'm really short.
There's enough spaces in the crowd, and also this is a town that's half dwarf. There's probably crowd etiquette designed for shorter people.
Do they have higher chairs for the dwarves?
Yeah. There's also a part of the bar that's lower if you prefer that.
That's my part of the bar.
Yeah. So Jameer is wearing pretty much a black tank top. You don't know how those exist or how you know what a tank top is. A black tank top and pretty rugged pants with a skull belt buckle.
All right.
I approach her.
I also...
Oh, Jameer, it's been so long.
Holy flip fucking shit. Hey, Rurik. She claps twice and points to the bartender, who is a hulking mass of metal and glowing blue eyes. You're pretty sure if bartender wanted to, bartender would be the muscle for every bar in the entire country. Bartender's huge. She claps twice and points to bartender, who looks up. I'm gonna take a break for a sec. Okay. What's up, Rurik?
Where have you been since you left the war? Or since you left the army?
I've been around, getting work, taking care of your child. Lots of fighting. I've killed maybe 27 people.
I've killed so many, I hear their screams at night before bed.
Yeah, and it lulls me to sleep. My hands are caked in blood, and it feels great.
I say, I must thank you so much for taking care of Utam.
Yeah, you must. Jameer has always...
You owe me your life now.
You owe me your child's life, motherfucker. You already owed me your life. Jameer has always been the sort of smug but still loving friend. She would play Rurik in dice and always win all of his money, but then would spend it on little presents for him over the course of until the next time they play and take all of his money.
I ask her, do you want to play another good old game of dice like the old times?
You literally just gave all of your money to your child.
I
mean,
look
yeah.
down at my belt and...
Sure. What are you putting into this?
Oh, I guess I forgot.
You don't even have your little like gold container because you gave it to Utam. So you reach for it and then like don't feel it. You get sort of worried like, did somebody steal? Oh wait, I gave it to my son.
I turn to Amadonus and I say, mind if I borrow 5 gold?
You don't wait.
No problem.
You don't even have gold. Oh man, did you lose to someone else before you got here?
No, I gave it to Utam.
Okay.
I have plenty.
I mean, Algor is pretty well off. You don't. Oh, whatever.
I have plenty to
What?
share.
So who are these two?
Oh, these are...
What's up, Leather Daddy and
Hey.
Pillow Filler?
Wow, that sounds kinda racist.
It is. I'm a little racist sometimes. I'm also a little drunk.
I say, these are a couple acquaintances from where I ended up after I left.
Bitch, I saved your life, probably.
Probably.
I like you already, Pillow.
Aww.
Honestly, that was me most of the time during the war. I had to say that like 3 times. Bitch, I saved your life.
I would have been fine on my own. You know that.
I literally saved you from getting your head eaten. Like, once, at least. I remember that. That was not a dream. Right?
Actually, same.
Huh.
Yeah.
Jameer kind of holds her fist out for a fist bump.
Yeah, I totally reciprocate.
You take it. Oddly, okay, this is the second time in a row that an NPC meant to be for Rurik's personal story has found a better connection with one of the party. Alright, I take
friends
it.
like us better.
I take it back. These guys are pretty chill. I mean, the leather guy is weirdly quiet, but maybe that's his thing.
It's my thing.
Are you like? Is he a gimp?
What? What's that mean?
It's a sex thing.
Rurik, it's a sex thing where people wear leather and are like not allowed to talk or something.
That was a real person question and not a character question.
And that was Jameer peering through the veil to answer you.
Oh.
But yeah, so man, this is exciting, guys. I get to meet a weird bird guy who seems chill.
Hey.
I get to meet Rurik again, and he's exactly the same. I'm pretty sure that you haven't changed in like 25 years.
Oh, I still have a few grays in my beard. I've got a few more than I did before.
I can't really... I forget. I don't have a photographic beard memory, my dude.
Well, I've got... Yeah, I forgot what I was going to say.
Okay. So, she sort of saunters over to the bar, and the bartender slides her a few beers. Just normal beers. This is going on my tab, which I pay off 3 times over every night, doing my job. So you guys just enjoy. And she sort of hands them out to each of you.
Yeah.
It smells really fruity. It's, do you need help with that, guys?
Do you know the combination?
Yeah, I do. I'll do it. Just let me
Should
see.
I pause the recording?
No, it's fine.
We'll cut it out.
Rurik, Simon, and Amadonus, you are handed some nice smelling beer.
Nice. I get a big old scoop with my beak, and then I kind of throw my head back and like kind of
do that weird like guttural swallow
Are
thing.
you like a pelican?
Well, he's a bird.
I'm a
Yeah,
bird.
I don't
Do you have a pelican beak?
I don't know.
No,
I haven't decided what kind of bird I am yet. But I'm gonna leave that
I'm
up
sort
to
of imagining
interpretation.
him as like a parakeet,
Parakeet? No, I thought it was
Or
more
like a-
like a stork.
I'm gonna leave
like
it
a
up
blue
to
parrot.
I'm gonna leave it up to interpretation.
Okay. Well, you start guzzling this beer. It tastes very fruity. Like it is. You are berry blasted. This is berry blasted booze. You can barely taste any alcohol.
Is that what it's called? Berry blasted blue booze?
No, actually, on the menu it just is beer.
There.
He's got the skill, but he lacks the creative forethought.
I mean, yeah, that is bartender in a nutshell. You're in a bar named The Bar. So, does Rurik drink?
No. He made a promise to Matilda,
Oh
his
yeah,
wife.
his wife.
Okay.
And he
Not
was-
Hey, Matilda, the male woman. Hey, Rurik. I'm not going to drink anymore. Okay, Rurik.
he just sort of looks into the glass.
Oh, right, sorry. Well, I guess I'll have to drink your beer. And you watch as
Drinking
Jameer drinks
sounds.
this entire mug in one gulp.
I want to say Simon has 0 tolerance for alcohol, so he's already shit-faced.
Yeah, so you're drunk. Make a constitution save.
Okie doke.
Because, like, you have bird anatomy. Amadonus, are you going to do anything? Are you not paying attention?
I am. I'm paying attention.
My constitution save is +4. That's a nat 1, though.
That one loses.
You
100.
pass out. You just pass out.
I take
Simon,
1 gulp and just pass
you
out.
take one gulp and then face plant into it, and it like knocks the thing over. You're not gonna suffocate, but you're just passed out on the bar, and like you hitting the table sort of like makes everybody jump. What? Oh. And bartender reaches over and starts to pick you up to throw you out of the bar.
Okay.
Please don't do that. I think he's fine. Okay.
Well, Simon is sleeping.
Simon, yeah,
Ray
okay.
is going to get some water.
So, what do you guys want to do while you're in the bar? Everybody's sort of giving you some space because they respect Jameer.
Jameer,
Tell me what's up, man.
I just heard about what happened to Matilda.
Yeah, that is some rough shit.
Oh, I swear I'll get my vengeance.
What you told me about her, she sounded like an amazing woman, and I'm going to help you with that 100%. I mean, I probably won't be there, but... Right?
I'm working on the logo.
Okay, well, maybe do that when we're not in the
Okay.
middle of an episode.
Alright, sorry.
It's multitasking.
So,
The only way I can task.
what brings you here? I mean, I know what brings you here. It's me, Jameer. But what brings you to the Citadel, man?
We were working in some rundown town called Peric after the war, and
Never heard of it.
I wouldn't blame you. But,
I don't blame me either.
so,
She's just laughing at her own joke.
I tell her about what happened in Peric, and
Do you just summarize everything?
yeah, summarizes.
Summarization.
Yeah, summarization.
You summarize. Crazy as shit. Did you actually throw your axe at a metal-eating slime?
It was.
In a crazy like coincidental, like, geez, this is weird. Simon mutters in his sleep, "Yeah, what a fucking dumbass."
Sleeping Bird's right. That was pretty dumb. I mean, it's a you thing to do, and I love it, but wow.
I would have had it. It was going straight for its core.
Oh yeah, you totally would have killed it if it wasn't a metal-eating slime that ate metal when you attacked it with your metal axe.
Exactly.
Oh man.
Nobody seems
I
to
have
understand.
missed this. I've missed this. So you're investigating the whole thing with the Wraith, huh?
Yes, we're looking for clues.
I suppose. We saw her the other night, actually.
Really? She seems really cool.
Oh.
I saw her once. And bartender sort of nods. Just keeps nodding.
It's his default.
His default is to be cleaning glasses with a rag. Because, you know, bartender...
Giving out advice to the patrons.
Bartender is whispering random...
Tell her how you feel,
Yeah,
man.
bartender is just whispering random pieces of advice into your ear, Simon. Like,
Subliminal advice.
feelings are best left out in the open. A fist is better as an open hand. Just random bits of Zen
One
shit.
in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
What I'm talking about is yet to be determined. So, yeah. Jameer is... Yeah, you know what? That seems like a cool thing to do. Where are you... You're staying at Scrunter's place, right? We call it Scrunter's place here because, honestly, I don't want to say goblins, goblets. It's a mouthful.
That's where we were staying, but I was hoping I could catch up with Utam and Algor.
Ooh. Yeah. You know he hates you, right?
He's
Like,
just joking
I'm
around.
not going to dance around this. He really he loathes you.
It may appear like that to someone not in the family, but we all know that he loves me.
I was having tea with Utam, and he literally says, out of nowhere, out of the blue, that he loathes you. Like, it was weird. Unprompted. We weren't even talking about you. We weren't talking. We were just having a quiet moment, and he just goes, "Oh, I hate him." And then I'm like, "What? Who? Rurik." What?
He's always been a joker.
Oh, by the way, as Jameer talks, she is moving her hands like almost constantly. And it's a habit she picked up in the Underdark, where a lot of subtle movements are like part of how you present yourself. Like, you can do pretty much anything and mean something completely opposite down there just from how your hand moves.
Mm-hmm. So it's part of the official language.
Sort of.
Okay.
Dark Elf is like a confusing mess that...
It's like sign language plus words.
Yeah, kinda. It's Elvish, but ruder, and also hand gesturing.
Okay.
Rude Elvish. I'm Jameer, and I'm a rude elf. So, bartender actually stops, and his advice protocols center on the awake people. If you are looking to investigate the murders, you should probably go to the scene of the murders.
It's a good idea.
What time is it?
It's
In-game
about
or IRL?
12.
In game. 12?
It's just noon, and people are already packed into this bar and drinking a lot.
So do we need to make progress on this murder mystery before we can earn our room and board for the night?
You already have that. Strunter already gave you that.
And we can always stay with Algor and Utan. Well, I can. You too. I might have to find someone else.
Rurik, you certainly believe
cool.
that.
It's cool. I've already got a place to lay my head.
Anyway,
No, there's some teamwork.
I mean, yeah, honestly, the palace would probably be a lot easier than here. Most of these people can't even tell you their names. Hey, Thug, what's your name? She just turns and, like, shouts at a random patron, and he just holds up his mug and goes, "Beer! Beer! It's good!" And when he goes to drink, he just pours it all over his face. Like, he didn't even get to his mouth. It's on his eyes.
Same.
Well, to be honest, now that I'm here and I've met Utam and Algor and you, I'm not all that... I don't care that much about the whole assassination.
If you solve the crime, you can probably get them to make a statue of your dead wife.
I'll be honest, I legitimately thought you were about to say make a statue out of your dick.
What? What? No!
Is there a special roll for that?
Roll for girth.
Roll for flesh shape.
Oh,
No.
I'm sorry,
No.
Gus.
It's
I'm
your dead
sorry.
wife. It's not your... What would the statue be?
Let's go with the
Let's
dead
stop.
wife.
Let's stop talking.
I hope we cut that out.
No, that's staying in.
It's Ray's fuck up in that part.
When she mentions Matilda, I sort of go quiet and sour my expression.
I mean, I'm sorry, man. That was a shitty thing to say. But on a better way to tempt you into solving crimes, somebody will probably write a novel about you, and you'll probably be cooler than you are in real life in that book.
How could I be more cool than I am now?
Do you want a list or just some annotated bullet points? Come on, dude. You don't do anything.
Well, just let's go.
Alright,
All right, Chuck.
so... I'll just... line.
Line.
Well, what do you want? What does Rurik want to do?
He wants to play some dice with his old friend.
With no money.
Try and forget the loss.
I just borrowed him. I just loaned him 5 gold pieces.
Yes.
Listen, Rurik, I'm...
Rurik is also a compulsive gambler.
while I would love to take 5 gold from you like candy
Please.
out of a fetus's hands, taking things from you is like taking candy from an egg. Not even a baby. From an egg. But I have some personal, not going to tell you reasons why I want this crime solved. They're pretty important and sort of illegal. Could you do me a solid here? 'Cause
Of course, anything.
I could write a book on the solids you owe me.
I've done a decent job of keeping our deals.
Sure. Take your bird friend. Make sure he recovers, because I'm honestly sort of worried that he might have died.
Don't wake the baby.
Is what he says in his sleep.
Wow. So this is you guys are
It's an
weird.
egg reference.
You guys are weird. Take your weird bird man. Take
Leather boy.
leather boy.
When did I become a leather boy?
Because
Can we just at least say leather man?
Because you specified you wear leather.
That was my armor. That's what it came out. The character, my armor.
Okay.
Was leather.
Anyway, just take leather boy and
kind of an Oslo
comatose
color.
lad and
Really
solve
sweet
this murder
kid
crime.
skin.
Solve the
Alright.
murder crime, Rurik.
Now that you've asked me, I'll do it.
And bartender, holds out another glass, come on, take it. No, he doesn't drink. He doesn't drink. And then bartender slowly pulls the glass back. Also takes your glass, because you're not going to finish it.
Yeah.
So yeah, go to the palace. Go, leave.
And
You don't drink, get the fuck out.
Jeez.
If you're not going to buy something, you're my friend, but honestly, catching up that's not going to make me money. Or bartender money.
I say, it'll be done before you know it. And then I leave the bar.
Are any of you going to grab Simon?
Yeah.
I forget about Simon as I leave the bar.
Okay, well,
Simon and Amadonus follow him quickly because
Simon
we
is
need
still
to-
passed out and is physically incapable.
okay, Amadonus,
Amadonus picks up Simon.
you throw Simon over your shoulders like a wrestler and then just take off behind Rurik.
We're off to the palace.
Yeah, you're off to the palace.
Can I roll a
So-
Constitution to see if I've woken up by now?
Yeah. This is great.
Alright. That's a 19 plus my Constitution, so that's a 21.
Midway to the palace, which you can see in the distance, it's very obvious. Simon, you spring to life and do a breakdancing move as you leap off of Amadonus' shoulders.
And Amadonus just says, I thought he could fly.
Not yet, dingus.
Okay. Not yet, dingus. It's me, Errol Flynn.
Flightless birds.
So yeah.
Is he a penguin?
No.
Is this just going to be guest Simon's
He's
raid?
just wearing a tuxedo.
Ostrich.
This entire
He's
time.
wearing a tuxedo,
Don't
but
I
the
look good?
sleeves are cut off so his wings can fit.
Are you?
There you go.
What about an ostrich?
What about an ostrich?
Are you one of those?
Maybe.
Mm.
I've specifically
stork-like.
I specifically said I'm not going to specify what kind of bird I am to keep it open to interpretation.
Probably a dodo.
I'm whatever I want
Let's
you
go with
to
that.
be.
Dodo and a
What,
tuxedo.
you're whatever you want him to be?
I'm whatever I want you to be.
Okay, so you reach the palace, and it is massive. There are steps leading, these steps are as wide as, 3 buildings. They're leading up to a pair of massive doors, and there are guards milling about, walking around, going in and out some side doors.
But they're dwarfed by the
Well, they're dwarf.
dwarves.
Yes.
Are there dwarves and elves?
Yes.
But they're dwarfed by the size of the doors.
And by the 2 main guards. You
Oh,
see...
2 main
And by their, dwarvish
Yes,
ancestry.
Jesus. There are 2 giants guarding the doors.
Giants? What kind of giant? Little giant?
Normal giant. I don't know. They're just giants. You can't tell. They're wearing armor.
Big boys.
The big boys. These guys are rather famous. Even if you know almost nothing about the Citadel, you've heard about the guards to these doors. Goji
Have
and
I-
Gamar.
Goji and Yammer. This reminds me of
I
One
mean,
Piece.
Simon doesn't really get around much.
You
Has
don't.
he heard of them?
If you've ever sat by a fireside and listened to random assholes telling stories, you've heard about the giant guards.
Okay, yeah, Simon's probably heard about them.
Okay. So, Goji and Gamar, they are, like, maybe 20 feet tall. They are also the way that the doors open and close, because they are actual doors. Like, they pull them open and shut them.
But it's been a while since Simon's heard the stories, so he doesn't quite remember.
Yes, you remember their names as Gabi and Gombo.
Yeah.
Gabi and Gombo, but it's Goji and Gamma.
Gamby and Jamjar. Gamgar.
Gamzee and
Gengar?
Jam...
That's
Gamzee
not
and
Pokemon.
Jamjar.
Yeah.
So...
Chansey and Gengar.
Okay, so there's a bunch of guards, and as you guys approach, and Amadonus hangs back because he's mentally pissing.
And, you know...
He's planning out his next trip to the bathroom in his head. But,
And Chuck is also physically pissing.
yeah. So, you can read these massive inscriptions on the doors, and on the right door, in Dwarvish, it says, "By our strength combined, we are kept safe." And on the other one, it's Elvish, which none of you can read.
Yeah.
But you guess it's probably the same thing, because it's the same, like, general length. But, yeah, as you approach, one of the normal-sized guards stops you and says, "Yeah,
Hey, it's Kochi and Gamagor."
What? This is the human guy from earlier. Hey, guys, I mean, it's great to see you again, but, you can't come in."
Oh, come on, dude. Do us a solid.
If it was up to me, I would let you into every palace in the entire continent, but it's not up to me. Nobody's coming in.
Okay, but nobody has to know that you let us in.
Yes, they do, because I have to ask Goji and Gamar to do it.
Okay, but
We've been
what if
tasked
we
with...
don't go in through the front gate?
Then you'd have to go in through one of the various doors that a bunch of people who are guards and, like, servants go through. There's not, like, a secret entrance or exit.
That's something you would say if there was a secret entrance or exit.
I mean, if there is,
Or-
I have no idea where to find it.
Are there any open windows?
Yeah, but they're tiny. And, like, too tiny.
Oh. Well, I say, well, we've been tasked with finding out who the murderer is.
By who?
Various people.
Yeah, people. A couple people.
People.
Well, every day we get a bunch of people who are tasked by various people to kill the entire royal family of the dwarves, kill the entire elven royal family.
Every day?
Every week
They
or
seem
so.
very unpopular.
Well, it's all crazy people, you have to understand. People who have been tasked to be the new royal family, just them. They're the new royal family, they say. People who have been tasked to eat the royal family, eat me, eat the palace. That one is the weirdest. We've gotten that the most out of any of these. And before he can continue, and before Goji and Gamar can actually take interest in you, because they're sort of staring at the tiny people talking, you guys all hear a jingle.
Ooh.
It's bells on some sort of hat, and you hear the
Santa?
strumming of a lute.
Santa?
You hear the strumming of a lute, and everybody, pretty much everybody, turns to see this weird guy. He is wearing a jester's outfit with a black and red hat that's jingling. There's little bells on each of the four tips of his, like, long hat. And he's wearing this very complex, very intricate outfit as he skips towards you and up the stairs strumming his lute.
I like this guy.
Yeah. So, and as you see him, he's humming and he just seems to be having a very good time, and he starts to sing. Hello, my name is Judah, and I want to be your friend. If you live a violent life, then you'll meet a violent end. Dum da dum da dum da dum da dum. The rider on the grim steed has sown the seeds. The grieving man is hiding in the weeds. And the adversary rots away, lost his grip on his leads. But lo, lo, who be that? Heart of black and blood of red, fist of iron, kill you dead. Fear, fear our Blackheart King. Fear, fear what he brings. And as this strangely grim and sort of worrying song is sung, you all feel you feel chill. Like this
Simon wasn't really paying attention to the lyrics, and he was just like dancing along.
Yeah, you like a English person listening to a Russian pop song. You're just like, yeah.
Yeah.
When he mentions the Blackheart King, I try to approach him.
As you do, you see that a few guards are also trying to approach him. Like, yeah, that was great, man. And then you hear
Not the reason I'm approaching him.
You hear something like thunder. And everybody stops as Goji and Gamar open the doors for him. The grinding of metal against the stone step is, like, echoing through the entire city. And then they both bow and, like, gesture to let him in. And then,
I turned to the guard that was, like, talking to us before, and I'm like, yeah, we're with him.
and as this guy, as Judai, as you heard him call himself, bows and tips his hat, and like he takes his hat in one hand, and as he bows, he like flips it out, and you see that he has like sort of short brown hair that's in a bowl cut thing that he usually covers with his hat.
Wow, what a nerd.
Yeah, he redoffs his hat and then walks over to you guys and says, "Come on, friends, let's head in."
I didn't think that would work. All right.
You know, he redons his hat. Doff means take off.
Yeah,
Doff means to put on.
I don't know.
You don your armor, you doff your armor when you
Don. Okay.
Yeah.
Good
Well, he takes it off in a way that he basically has it upside down on his head.
Okay.
So he sort of leads you guys in, still strumming the lute and skipping a bit. And once you're inside, and the inside is, like, the front room is a massive hallway that's very, like, clean, and the floor beneath you is polished marble. There are large pillars alternating between one as a solid dwarven design and the other as a more intricate-looking carved elven design. Mm-hmm. And as you go in, he plants a foot, which you also notice that his feet have little slippers that have jingles on them, too.
The typical jester feet.
Yeah.
He looks like a jester and a half. He plants his foot and spins around in a graceful pirouette
It looks
and
like he
stops
ate
himself.
the heart of another jester to gain his power.
Yes. He stops himself and with like a sort of goofy looking 2 feet splayed out, torso kind of wobbling. Then he rights himself and says, "Well, that was fun. Hi, guys.
Hey.
I'm Judai, as you heard.
Hi.
What's up?"
Well, I understand with my limited knowledge. I'll be honest, I was barely paying attention. I guess there was a murder, and now we're
Ooh.
trying to solve it.
Grim. So, hello, dwarf man. I saw you were coming towards me. What's up with you?
I have a question. This is a meta question.
Yeah.
Was he praising the Blackheart King?
He didn't write the song. He just added the "Hello, my name is Judai" part.
Oh.
The song, it seemed like from the sound of it, it's a edited version of an older folk song about like terrible things that could happen to you, which includes the adversary, which is a giant demon thing that is also the plane of hell. Like the entire plane is this corpse that's rotting. And he just added the Blackheart King part after as a weird extension. And the tone was supposed to be more like, "Look out, this guy will fuck you up. He's
He's real deal.
he's the real deal."
Blackheart King ain't so scary.
I mean, I had to write a song about it, but yeah, you know what? I think he's not as bad as people think. You could probably kick his ass, little man.
I agree. I like shake my head furiously.
Yeah, I agree too. He shakes his head enough that his upside down hat falls off, and he notices it and is like, "Oh, whoa, whoops." Picks it up, puts it back on right side. He dons it. So, would you like to hear about my life story, guys?
Fuck it, I don't have anything better to do.
Great! I don't even care about what the old guy wants.
Will your life story help us solve the murder?
Nope!
Proceed.
I ask him if he can tell it to us while he leads us to the murder scene.
I don't know where that is. I don't work here.
Wait, he's a jester, isn't he?
No.
He's a jester.
If you guys want to make an Arcana check,
Okay.
He's just using charming magic because he's a bard.
Sure.
I made.
Wait, what am I doing?
I got a 13.
Arcana or Perception, just either works.
Perception.
Well, you don't need to do both.
Well, perception's better.
Okay.
That's a
19
4.
perception.
Okay.
Is this Elmer? Is just Elmer in disguise?
No.
With perception,
Yeah. What did you roll for it?
I have a 20.
Oh, wow, great.
Automatic
So,
win.
Simon, you don't need to add anything. That's a critical success. Simon,
why I'm
you're
here.
pretty sure that he was singing earlier, and that it had an effect. Rurik, you and Amadonus, you both realize that this guy is a pretty hardcore bard. He was casting Charm Person and just using that song as a very indirect way of using it. It was a really wide range, though. Like, everybody was feeling a little charmed, even you guys.
The wavelength of the charm was quite large.
Yeah,
It's very charming.
pretty much everybody who could hear it was charmed.
He knew the
A little
charm
bit.
frequency of all the people around him.
Yeah. So, but as he, sort of does more kind of goofy clown shit, he starts telling his life story, or how he, got his start as a traveling weirdo who just sneaks his way into places with music. So, I was just a young bard, getting started, doing cool stuff, fighting people, helping the odd dude get out of trouble by singing words that made his wounds stop happening, when I got assaulted by a big pack of goblins. Just so many goblins. So many goblins.
They were huge.
No, they were tiny.
Tiny goblins, okay.
Tiny.
They had little Trump hands. And they were trying to tear me apart. Horrifying. And suddenly I was saved by this huge dude. This huge dragonborn dude. And his buddy, who's a wizard with weird gray eyes. And those guys ended up my best friends in the world. Solzier Kingard and Elmer.
Hey, we know that guy.
Yeah, Elmer is pretty chill. Yeah, you have to admit, really chill.
I've got a few things I need to ask of Elmer. Next time you see him, let him know that Rurik Fireforge is looking for a cube of meat.
Do you say that in character? Because
Yeah, I tell him that Rurik Fireforge is looking for a cube of meat.
gross, but sure, I'm into it, yeah! And Solzier, he was insane. He had a backpack with an egg in it, he was swinging a big halberd, it was nuts.
Yeah.
I start.
He is
Pretty nuts.
he's making that noise for almost a minute.
While he's telling his story, I start looking for signs of finding the royal murder scene.
The royal murder scene.
Before you get to that, he snaps his fingers twice to get your attention back on him. By the way, if you see this mark, and he pulls his sleeve down and reveals on the bottom part of his forearm is this symbol. It's a diamond with a line struck through the middle and 2 dots in it in each section. Yes, it's the logo of this podcast. So, if you see this, I'd trust that person, because they're probably at least involved with our little party.
They're part of the order.
Not an order, it was 9 people who got pretty chill with each other and were like, hey, let's go do cool
We're all
stuff.
super
It's a
strong.
secret fan club. Or regular club.
It's a secret fan club for us.
It's an
Secret-
exclusive superhero club.
What is this? What the hell is a superhero? Is that like a hero but more?
Fantasy, yeah.
Fantasy folk hero.
Fantasy heroes.
I know all of those.
Yeah.
Scribnar?
Yeah.
Remember him?
No,
That guy's
but I'll
crazy.
take your word for it.
Yeah. Anyway, and as he starts searching for another thing to start talking about, you hear sharp footsteps echoing through the hall, and he gasps, twirling around and pointing towards the person who's walking and drawing all your attention towards her. And if any of you look back away from her, then you don't even see Judai. He doesn't seem to have been there. But this person is wearing a long, flowing blue robe with a white scarf thing that seems to be very ceremonial looking. And this woman has darker skin. She's looking sort of old, about your age or a little younger. She is missing her left arm,
Oh.
and on using her right arm, she is just sort of strolling down this hallway using her large white oak staff to balance herself.
I go, hey lady, earlier I saw these guys in the market, and they had a potion for that. they could help you out with your arm.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Alright, I'm going to ask a few questions. First of all, why are you here?
We're investigating a murder or something.
How did you get in here?
The
the
giant
door.
people let us in.
Why did they do that?
I don't know, because we're cool. We're just so cool.
And we're the main characters of this quest.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. And how fast do you think we're going to kick you out?
I mean,
I
hopefully not very quickly.
I stroke my beard and I say, I don't think you're gonna kick us out at all. And I give a wink.
A wink.
That's a very unfortunate
Can I
guess.
roll a persuasion check?
Sure.
Alright, I'm gonna persuade this person. Natural 20, here we go. Natural 20.
Okay, now persuade.
Persuade.
Persuade, talk!
You see, we are some fairly experienced adventurers, and we believe we can help you find out who did this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
All we need to do is be led the way to the murder scene so we can find clues.
Alright. Okay.
I mean,
Honestly, if
let's be
the
honest.
guards can't do it, you probably could.
And-
I'm open to weirdos from outside.
If we do turn out to be trouble,
If you
you
do turn out to be
literally
trouble,
have an entire castle filled with guards that could probably murder us pretty easily.
I could liquefy your eyes right now.
Exactly. So, I mean, you don't really have much to lose.
My name is Marcel Ogden.
Nice.
I-
I'm Simon Skydriller.
Thank you.
Remember me.
Hello, Simon. You matched the description of somebody named McLovin who came in earlier.
Yeah, that Simon Skydriller is a pseudonym I've been using. Because
Did
with
you
my new
lie?
celebrity status.
Roll a deception check, like a lie.
Okay.
Call a nat 20 and you'll get it.
Nat 20, here we go. That's a 4.
You're not that smart. You lied. You
That's
100% lied.
okay, maybe I did.
Okay, so Simon is your actual name. I'll have to tell the census, I guess.
Yeah.
You also, by the way, weird part about this, Marcel is human.
Okay.
You haven't seen any humans in any positions of authority here this entire time. Like, the only exception was that one guard.
Oh, and this, just to be clear, that Simon does not understand that this person seems to be an important figure.
Yeah, I know. Shall I lead you to the murder scene?
Lead the way.
Yeah. She turns and starts walking towards a nearby door, and the journey up to the murder scene is a very confusing, winding road of, like, just passages, and you walk through at least 2 mead halls. One of them has a big oak tree, like, chair thing. Like, it's literally a tree shaped like a chair. The other has a giant iron chair. And eventually, you make it to this very tall, like, staircase that's just winding and winding and winding up to one of the towers. And as you climb, Marcel turns and says to you all, "We're going to send somebody up a bit in a second just to re-pop the crime scene. Because, of course, we cleaned up the bodies. We wouldn't leave them out in the open like that. That would be, frankly, ridiculous. But we do have an imaging sphere that can be used to show you how the crime scene was on the night of when we discovered them.
Yeah, okay.
In the meantime, don't take anything. I'll know. Believe me, I'll know.
Will you?
I saw through your bullshit pretty easily.
True.
And as you get up, you reach a door leading to another room, and she steps to the side to let you guys walk in, because she's holding the staff and only has one arm. Go on in, guys.
Okay. Yeah.
If you'd like to go in.
I go in.
We go.
Alright, you guys go in. The room is pretty sparse. There's a cabinet, some, like, furniture that's covered in tarps. Would they have tarps? Yeah.
Sure.
And there's an open window with some scratch marks on the edge of it, like the windowsill, and 2 outlines on the ground that were like drawn up. Mm-hmm. These 2 figures seem to be, one is larger, one is much smaller, and they seem to have their hands overlapping.
Aww.
So you can make a check. You can investigate stuff if you'd like.
Investigation check.
Investigation check.
Or perception. Whatever.
13.
All right. Just a moment. So,
Wait, I have, let's see. I can detect evil and good, magic and poison and disease. So should I try to detect poison in the crime scene? Or maybe
The
see
bodies-
if there was any evil?
The bodies aren't here, though.
they're not here.
Can the
But
sphere that we're using to...
the sphere will be delivered in a second, but this is like your initial investigations.
Okay. Can the sphere...
Is there a balcony to this tower?
There is not.
Are there any other openings besides the door?
There's the window, but... And the window is actually rather large.
Mm-hmm.
I look out the window. Get on my tiptoes.
It is a very sheer drop. You could not tell like how somebody could get up there.
Spider climbing? I mean,
Slippers of spider climb?
welcome to fantasy world.
Yeah. So,
I mean, all the wizards know how to fly.
Wait,
yeah.
I forget. Did the lady say anything about there being like guards posted outside?
No,
No?
she didn't.
All right.
Like, what do you mean? Like right now, or
No,
on the night of the murder?
On the night of the murder.
Marcel is actually still there. There weren't guards up here. This is
Oh well, there's your problem.
a storage room. It was the middle of the night, and she would pinch the bridge of her nose, but she's holding her like staff thing. Listen, there are so many things that we could have done to prevent this, and every night I regret that we didn't. I would appreciate an idiot who tried to lie to me to tell me his name was McLovin does not speak to me about what I could have done better to protect my friend.
I apologize. I didn't mean any malice behind it.
Um,
I was just saying, if there were guards, we could talk to them, see what, they had seen or heard, or...
just
Sure.
to be clear, they do not think that I am an idiot.
You haven't talked a lot, but...
I mean, they just think I'm a pretty persuasive, cool guy.
True. Yeah.
All right, good.
So...
Roles have reversed.
Yeah. So... Oh, by the way, Marcel actually snaps her fingers, like she lets go of the staff for a second, but then catches it. It was sort of cool. Listen, you are the people who got McGinty's body, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, can one of you hold my staff for a second?
I hold her staff.
She hands you her staff for a second and reaches into her, into one of her pockets and pulls out 3 small bags of gold. These are for you.
Oh.
She tosses one to each of you, and inside is 200 gold.
Nice.
That's more than all right.
Yeah, this is payment for discovering the captain's body. Dad,
Yep.
are you gonna add the stuff? You got 200 gold. Please
Okay.
pay attention.
Okay, I don't know what that means.
Put that in your inventory. Right in
Okay.
your inventory.
Okay, so
You
I
have
have-
200 more gold.
Okay.
And as she gives you this gold, an aide runs up, and it's a small elf boy. He looks about 50. And he is holding this glowing white sphere. Are you okay, Gus?
Yeah, rubbing my eyes.
Okay. He's holding this glowing white sphere. Huh, it's here. Alright, thank you, Jeremus. Yeah.
Yep, that's my name.
I'm Jeremus, and I hold the orb. And he hands her the orb, and then takes off. Marcel puts it in the center of the room, taps the top, and a ripple just shoots through this sphere, and suddenly you guys are all taken aback by this blue glow filling the room. And
Your only hope.
no.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan Kenobi does not appear. That is not an astromech. But what does appear is the bodies. And a head on the windowsill. And Marcel sighs quietly and just reaches out, takes her staff back, and hurries out of the room. Please investigate quietly and don't break anything. And then she leaves. And Jeremus is like, I guess I'm out too.
Bye, I'm Jeremus.
No, I'm Jeremus. You're a bird.
Okay.
So,
So should I roll another investigation check?
Sure. Just to describe this a bit better, from what you can see, the dwarf princess who had a long braided beard. What is with you and the women having beards? The dwarf women have beards, man.
yeah.
The princess had a long rust red beard that was like braided with some flowers stuck into a few of the braids.
Oh.
And she, unfortunately, has a cut across both of her wrists and her gut.
Oh.
Okay, so this is just Romeo and Juliet.
No,
Wait,
that's
no,
not how...
The gut thing... Never mind.
That's not even how they died in the thing. They died from poison.
Well, Romeo
I
died
didn't
from
read
poison.
it.
Juliet stabbed herself.
No, she kissed him for the poison.
Well, there are different versions.
Whatever. And the elven prince, on the other hand, has short silvery hair, and he was wearing like a dark green tunic, and he has a... It looks like his throat was opened like a container.
Wow.
You can see some of his spine.
Wow.
Like, it's... Yeesh.
Simon's a little bit grossed out from this, which
Yeah.
is a first.
Yeah. If...
Rurik is not phased at all because he's seen worse.
Yeah, okay. There's also you can also see a rotting
with Amadonus.
human... You can see
See
a
what's
rotting
left.
human head. None of the features are, like, even intact on it anymore. Sitting on the windowsill. And can you guys make a perception check for me?
Okie doke.
All of you?
Ooh, that's
14.
a 18.
15.
All right. Amadonus,
Got
Simon,
rolls.
you don't really notice anything, but Rurik, you do. It smells like there was a bear in here.
Ooh.
Like, an entire grizzly bear.
I recognize that scent from the war.
From the
From
bear
all those
wars.
grizzly bear... From the Bear Wars. That was before the recent one.
We ran out of rations.
So
Wouldn't
you
that-
had
the bear-
to eat a bear?
Yes.
Okay, well, it smells like that bear you apparently ate.
That was
And-
I got a hint of that in the mystery meat earlier.
Yeah.
That was really good.
A hint of bear.
You like, in the back of your mind, you think it's possible that there was, like, human meat in there, too, but you don't want to think about that. You don't know what that tastes
As
like.
long as it tastes good, I don't know what it is.
Gross. Wait, as long as it tastes good, you don't know? What?
You don't need to know what it is.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't need to know.
So,
what it is.
you can also, with that 18, you realize that the scratch marks seem to be from bear claws, but how the fuck did a bear get here? Like, what the shit?
If somebody had a bear familiar.
Maybe the bear climbed through the window.
Yeah. Rurik, despite your amazing perception, your intuition is more, the bear must have had a grappling hook. Barreling hook.
That was a weak one.
Yes,
Yeah.
it was.
That's a little strange.
So was your intuition. So, as you guys are investigating, sort of looking around, trying to figure out what happened, you hear you are all startled by a voice ringing out from the silence, and it's the Wraith again.
Oh.
She's lounging on the, like, windowsill, holding another one of those ethereal rose things, and her, like, her foot is, like, literally poking through the ethereal ghost head.
Is this in the image? Or
No, this is in, like,
In real
life.
In real fantasy life.
And she's also holding a rolled up piece of paper. She flicks it towards you guys and just sort of nods. This was the murder weapon.
I point and I say, halt!
I pick
And
up
then
the murder weapon.
You pick
and
up-
I say, "Don't listen to this asshole. Keep doing your thing."
She places two fingers on, like, the side of her head and then flicks them off in a salute, and then drops off the side. And when you guys, do you run to the edge to look over?
I run over to the edge and I shout, "You're super cool!"
Well, when you do that, and you look out... Yeah, the Wraith fanboy. When you run over and look out, she's just gone.
Oh,
That was
I
expected.
just shout that.
That was...
And you hear from down on the street far below, somebody shout back, "Fuck you, dude!"
I look up.
You look up and you see this guy.
Okay.
Listen, this person is named after ghosts.
Ghosts.
But, so there's just this scroll you have.
How is this possible?
I open the scroll and I take a look-see.
Okay.
Should I roll?
Roll an Arcana check.
Alrighty. That's 16.
So you sort of confusingly realize what it is. It takes a bit, but what you're looking at is an extremely illegal, extremely taboo thing called a druidic falsehood.
Cool.
Druids are cool.
Druidic falsehood.
Yeah, so it's a fusion of dark magic. This scroll was literally made by forcing a druid to tell how to do druid things.
Wow.
And you can use it to copy a druidic spell. In this case, it seems to be
Summon bear.
polymorph into bear.
I pocket that for later.
Well, it's used up. It's not going to happen
Fine.
again. But
Okay.
it does have a small symbol that is a stylized picture of a laughing cat.
Mm-hmm.
So you pocket that, and your investigation's pretty much
I
over.
call for the person,
Oh yeah, the lady.
lady.
Marcel doesn't come back because she has important things to
No.
do.
I tell
Yeah.
Percy or whatever.
Jeremis.
Jeremis.
Jeremis comes
I
back.
don't know
He
why I
was-
thought his
Yo,
name
Jeremis.
was Percy.
Yeah, I don't either. Jeremis is looking a little
Yo,
high.
Jeremis, my boy.
Jeremis has been smoking weed in the, fantasy weed in the staircase below. Okay, what's up, guys?
Yo,
What's up?
Jeremis, you got are you who do I talk to law enforcement officer?
I
Probably one of the guards, man.
I tell him.
Probably one of the guards. I'm too high.
I ask him who's important that's nearby.
The guards. Look, I come here to smoke because nobody comes here. I mean, a lot of people come here because it's the site of horrible murder, but usually nobody's here.
That's ill planning. If you're coming here now,
I mean, I was already here. It's like
this is my smoking area. No one else.
I've trained myself to want to get high when I'm here. It's messed up.
It's like the dog and the bell.
Excuse me?
You know.
He's referencing Pavlov, but Pavlov doesn't exist here.
Okay.
But what do you guys want to tell someone?
We found a thing.
Nice.
Yeah.
We found a breakthrough, and we must speak immediately to someone important in the investigation.
Big importance.
I mean, you guys can tell me. I'll probably remember.
I don't
Will
trust
you?
this guy. I write a letter
All right. Okay.
detailing the discovery we've made.
Yeah, you write out.
and where to find us.
You write out in sort of legible dwarvish.
I'm
There
not-
was a bear
no
in the room. We found a druid thing that makes you a bear. Investigating.
And I give them the address of where we're staying.
Okay.
For
well,
more-
they already knew.
For more info, contact.
For more
more
info,
information.
call 555.
And then I don't trust this kid at all.
Okay. Jeremis is like,
Seamus is just gonna
he's not gonna roll your letter up and smoke weed in it.
Gustus, what was that look?
Did you want him to do that?
No. I just know that
Yo,
he's going
yo,
to lose
Jeremis. I write another letter.
You right. What are you saying it?
I write, I attach it underneath Rurik's letter, and it says, "Don't listen to him. We investigated. There was a bear."
So you say, don't listen to him. But then you start reiterating what he said.
There was a bear, and we also found a scroll druid bear stuff. And
Okay.
that is what I write.
And this time, now with 2 different letters that say pretty much the exact same thing, Jeremus takes them, just takes them both and
take
says,
these to
I'm
your-
going to get one of these to
your
somebody who can read it.
And he's immediately going to lose them.
No, he's not. I'm not a dick.
Just judging from this character, I feel like
Okay.
someone...
Man, I'm more competent than you are high than when I'm high.
What?
I'm high. So he takes both letters and heads off to find somebody who will take them. But now
And
you
like
have
as an off note, I like slip another note into his pocket, and it's like
that says, "I love
with-
you. Stay safe."
yeah, that. But also like 5 gold pieces, and he's like, "Yo, hit me up. I'm here," and I give him the address.
What? Okay.
Oh,
For
you like
fantasy
write.
weed.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay. He doesn't sell. He's a buyer, not a seller.
Wow.
But so now you have this thing and this scroll with a very distinctive looking symbol.
Laughing cat. Ooh.
Yes, a laughing cat. Do you want to ask somebody about it? Do you want to do something? Make some sort of check?
Yeah, let's go back to the guards and ask them about the relevance of the laughing cat.
Okay, so you head back down. You eventually find a guard, and you ask him about it. And he's a dwarf, and he says, "Oh well, that's Calyx. He's a slippery little devil. We haven't been able to pin him for anything, but we're 99% sure he sells pretty much anything illegal in magic to whoever. As long as you've got the gold, he will sell you whatever the hell you want.
Okay.
Like things that are way too dangerous to be sold to people.
Where could we find him?
If you just go to the shittier parts of town and ask.
Okay. And what's his name again? Because I've completely forgotten.
Calyx.
Okay.
Kalix.
Okay.
So, are you going to go look for Calyx?
I think that makes sense.
Off to find Calyx.
Alright, so you head out of the palace, you head down, and then you realize you have no idea where the bad part of town is.
Let's go to Scrunter and ask him.
Okay, you head to Goblins, Goblin Goblets, and you just head back home, and Scrunter is talking to Jameer, actually. She's, shown up, and is just sort of chatting him up, looking at the menu and stuff. Hey, guys! What's up?
Hey!
You hit, a milestone in the investigation?
We did, actually.
Nice, what's up?
We're looking for the shit town.
The
Gross.
shitty part of town.
The shit town.
The shit
Gross.
town is something else.
Why are you looking for the grim underbelly?
Well, we found this thing. There was a bear or something.
Do you show it to her?
Yeah.
Ooh, Calyx.
Yeah.
He is a dick.
Yeah? Well, we got
All of his stuff is way too expensive. He jacks his prices up because you can't buy, phylacteries anywhere else.
Phylactery.
Phylacteries.
Yeah.
It's a thing for making a lich,
Yeah.
A lich.
which
Yeah.
is an undead necromancer.
Okay.
Yeah, they store their soul in it or something.
Yeah. Anyway, I can probably lead you to him.
Cool.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So, you guys all start following Jameer, and she seems very confident in knowing where this highly illegal person is. I want to contextualize this. This guy is an entire black market.
He is the black market.
So yeah,
The night market.
This is Calyx.
yeah, Calyx. Jameer leads you to a pretty dark alley, taps twice on a brick wall, which then slides open into a dark room, still lit by 4 candles, and you see this confusing figure. It is a small, scrunched-over man wearing a large robe that covers his entire body, and a massive backpack that is bulging with things. You see the handles of swords, you see...
Axes.
Yes, but the
Alright.
you see some axes, you see some staves, you see something that looks like a giant spiked ball with 3 handles. You don't even know how you're supposed to use that.
It's a backwards flail.
No, it's
You hold the spike.
hold the
ball.
spikes and swing the. But as you walk in, he
They're
starts
still working on that technology.
As you walk in, he starts like twisting his hands around slowly and says, "Hello, customer."
What's up, you walking cliche? We're looking for the calyx?
You found
The
it.
Calyx.
We looking for the calyx.
I'm Calyx. Hello. Would you like to buy anything?
I
ask him what kind of axes he's got.
Well, I've got axes.
No, Rurik, we're not here to buy anything. We're here to gather information.
As you say that, he reaches towards his belt. You aren't, are you?
No, we're not.
I'll buy something.
I mean,
Rurik!
I want an axe.
Save your money, Rurik.
I just got
Very.
205 gold. I need to spend it somewhere.
I thought you
Hey,
said
that
his
means you could
name
pay
was
me back.
Rurik.
I haven't gambled the gold you gave me yet.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hold on to it. Win some money, give it back to me.
hold on it
Yeah.
specifically
Yeah,
for
you get
gambling.
50%
If you're
of
with
the
the-
earnings.
There
If
you
you're
go.
with the cops, then
We're not here with the cops.
With the
We're
cops.
here with the fantasy cops. We're here with ourselves.
You're here with the fantasy cops.
No,
No.
we're not here with the
They have
fantasy
unicorn
cops.
horns.
We're here with ourselves, and also
You want unicorn horns, old man? Powerful aphrodisiac.
How much?
For orcs. Only for orcs.
I pull out
Isn't that
the
funny?
scroll.
You won't. It's a sex thing.
I pull out the scroll.
What?
It's a thing that makes you want to have sex.
Okay.
Oh,
I
you
pull out the scroll, and I show it to him, and I say, "A little birdie, unrelated to myself, told me that this is from you.
What? All birds are
Who did you sell it
related
to?"
I didn't sell it to anyone. I've never seen it before in my life.
That's your
And
symbol,
if
though,
you-
isn't it?
No.
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 Who the fuck?
It's his symbol. He's lying to you.
Oh, okay.
God damn it, Jameer. Come on. I'm trying to do plausible deniability here. Shut up.
Okay. So who did you sell it to?
I'm not telling you. You are probably all narcs.
Yo, Jameer, you want to I don't know,
Beat him up.
beat him up or something?
I mean, he sells weed to one of my friends, so...
That's my deal.
Oh, you selling? No.
Makes up the whole murder.
He made it up.
No. But yeah, if you don't actually fess up to this, I'm going to break your neck in 7 places.
There's a lot of places.
I'm also going to find a secret 8th place to break your neck.